All right, major depressive disorder, the longer name of depression. Okay, so major depressive disorder is characterized by a severely depressed mood and slash or, so this is another one of those, could be either things, a loss of interest. And one key takeaway here is that unlike just, feeling sad or having a rough day, this needs to last 2 or more weeks. So if you remember back to the very beginning of this kind of abnormal psychology section, we talked about one way to kind of clarify whether or not you're experiencing a disorder versus just kind of normal behavior is whether or not that feeling was distressing and whether it was chronic. So this is an example of that kind of checklist. So this is something that needs to last over a duration. It's not just fleeting. So depression is not the same thing as being sad, just sad. There are some kind of deeper level emotional feelings going on here. So feelings of worthlessness, not being worthy of love, not being worthy of attention, things like that. Feeling empty or feeling hopeless are pretty common with depression. But also, again, it's not just sadness. So you might have just a loss of interest in things. So anhedonia might be a term you've heard of before, is a loss of pleasure in things that normally brought you joy. So normal activities, maybe hanging out with friends or watching TV, now just don't bring you as much joy as they used to. But also disturbances and things. So either having too much sleep or maybe not enough sleep, and also too much or not enough food intake. So sometimes you might have a really low appetite and low energy to make yourself food, or you might eat a bunch and just kind of use that as a coping mechanism. So because of that, you could also have difficulty concentrating. So if you think about, having kind of abnormal sleep or food intake, those are things that are helpful for you to focus and pay attention. So it could lead to some difficulty concentrating as well. So yeah, there are all sorts of ways of how these symptoms could manifest. There are individual differences with whether people sleep more or sleep less, or eat more or eat less. And again, not everyone will experience every single symptom. So we're going to go through again, even though this condition might be a little bit more familiar to you, maybe you or someone you know suffers with major depressive disorder, we're going to see a video example of what this might look like in someone's life, just to see how much it impacts them and how severe it is, more than just feeling blue for a day. So again, I'm going to link this video down below, see if you can watch it and see if you can pick out some of the common symptoms.